Today we're going to look at getting your 3D object from Tinkercad onto one of the Makerbot 3D printers. Those are the two black printers on the bottom shelf over against the wall. So first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have your 3D design up and open in Tinkercad, like so. Then you're going to go to the design menu at the top and go to download for 3D printing. You get a little window that pops up and you're going to be able to click on STL file for printing. That can take anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. We've been having some slow internet today, so I already downloaded it, but it's either going to end up in your downloads folder or on the desktop. In this case, ours ended up on the desktop. So we'll click on close here. And that's really all you need to do with Tinkercad. So we're going to minimize that, get it out of the way. And we're going to open up Makerbot Print. It should be in your dock. It's a white M with a black circle around it. If you don't see it, you can use Spotlight. So go up to the magnifying glass in the top right corner, type Makerbot. If you see a red Makerbot logo pop up, do not open that. That's the old version. That should not be on your computer anymore. So Makerbot Print, we'll just press return, open it up. Take a second to open, and we are good to go here now. So what we're going to do at this point is we are going to drag our STL file right into the window, and it's going to pull up right here, and you can see Yoshi is now on our printer. First thing you're going to want to do once you get that in is decide which 3D printer you're going to be using. If you do not have anything printing, if there's nothing printing on the Makerbot replicator, the larger one with the dial on the front, then that's the one we'll use. But down here we can choose which printer we're going to use. So we have Makerbot replicator and the replicator 2. We're going to click on Makerbot replicator. And it may already be set up. It's going to show a little camera here of what's actually there, and we'll see that there's a print right now, so we're not going to be able to click on print, but we'll have to get that off before we start printing. So I'll minimize this with this caret right here, and now what we're going to do is we've got our Yoshi right here. We're going to come over here and check the print settings. We're going to want to make sure that we've got supports turned on and a raft turned on. The raft helps ensure that the print is actually going to stick well to the base of the printer. It's a nice little layer. Supports are helpful because they print up little breakable pieces of plastic that will help ensure that things such as arms and anything that has an overlay will not get droopy, because 3D printing prints layers on top of each other of plastic, and it gets to the point where if it's trying to print this arm right here, Yoshi's left arm, if there's nothing underneath it, then when the printer moves over and moves the nozzle right here to print, it's just going to print and droop down, and it's just going to be spaghetti, so you're not going to want that. So supports, super helpful. Raft, helpful as well. So let me zoom out here a little bit. Okay. Next, the one is the arrange. Arrange the build plate. We're not going to worry about that. We can rotate a model if we need to. We can kind of twist it. We don't probably just need to keep him this way, but if we needed to turn the model the Z-axis, that will just spin him around. Don't really need to worry about that with this model, but if you have a lot of smaller things printing at once, you may need to move them. You want to make sure that you click on, I'll skip that. Next one is just adjusting the scale. If I click on Yoshi, I can actually change the scale. Right now he's at 100%. He's a little big. The Makerbot software right now does not have any way anything set up to let you know how much your print is going to cost. So we're going to have to do it by just kind of rough calculation on time. For right now, we'll keep it at 100% and we'll go from there. So at this point, we are actually ready to go. If we were printing from the Replicator 2, that's the older one on the bottom left side, it says Makerbot Replicator 2, we would print and put it on an SD card. We would just click on select, It's going to adjust and click on export. This little down caret. I'd make sure that the SD card is in the computer, and I would choose it, type in whatever we would want to call it, Yoshi, and click save, and it would save our print file onto the SD card and get it ready for printing. But we're actually going to put it onto the Makerbot replicator, so we're going to come over here and click on select. And it adjusts the build platform because it's slightly different size. And we're ready to go. We're going to click on print. You'll hear a little noise. It's preparing to print. It's going to say clear build plate. Please be sure your build plate is clear. And at this point, if everything is clear right here and you get the OK from me, all you would need to do is click on start print. I am not going to click that because, as you can tell, we've got a print right here that actually needs to be removed first. So I would do that before I click on start print. And that's really about it. If you have any questions, please let me know before you actually start printing. Thanks a lot.